Henry Cavill is undoubtedly the fan favorite Superman, and he just proved that Clark Kent's disguise actually works by standing in Times Square wearing a Superman shirt under his own billboard. What's interesting is that nobody noticed. These are the times Henry Cavill surprised his fans in public. Subscribe now if you want more videos where we uncover celebrity culture and Hollywood. Comic-Con disguise. 4 months later, after his first prank on the world, Henry Cavill was at San Diego Comic-Con 2016. There, he decided to step up his game this time. He actually needed a disguise, because Comic-Con is where Superman would definitely get mobbed if he were there, even with his glasses and all the Clark Kent types of disguises. So he chose something genius, which was a Guy Fawkes mask from V for Vendetta. In a video that was posted to his Instagram, Henry wrote, "Best Comic-Con yet." He told everyone he arrived for Justice League, but couldn't miss Suicide Squad. The footage shows him walking onto the crowd convention floor wearing the mask, checking out comic books, and taking photos with the fans who had no idea that they were standing with the actual Superman. He posed with Batman and Superman cosplayers, blending seamlessly into the crowd of masked convention goers. Then came the moment that made it legendary. Henry walked over to the DC Comics booth where the Suicide Squad cast, including Will Smith, Margaret Robbie, and others, were signing autographs. He got in line like any other fan, waited for his turn, and approached Will Smith for a photo. Will had no idea who was behind the mask. He smiled for the photo totally casually. Then Henry removed the mask. The entire Suicide Squad cast's reaction was just priceless. Will Smith's face went from being confused to shocked to delighted in about 3 seconds. The whole crowd erupted. Other cast members jumped to greet him. And it was the perfect ambush that Cavill had. Margaret Robbie later posted on her Instagram a photo of Henry Cavill saying, "Our biggest fan." Henry even got his Superman shirt signed by the entire cast. This stunt wasn't just fun. It showed how easily even the most high-profile celebrities can disguise themselves and blend into the normal crowd. If this one shot you, wait till you hear what Cavill did to his nephew's school. Cavill visiting school. Perhaps the most heartwarming surprise Henry ever pulled off was involved in his nephew Thomas's case. This story perfectly captured why Henry Cavill isn't just beloved for being Superman, but for being the person that he is. As Henry told the story during the interview, his nephew Thomas was telling all the school kids that his uncle was Superman. Then his teacher said that we don't lie in this school, and she even got upset with him, and he got in trouble. Can you imagine being that kid? You're telling the truth, and everyone thinks that you're lying and you're getting in trouble for that. But it gets worse. Superman's sister-in-law was pulled aside when she was picking him up from school, and the teacher said that she shouldn't encourage children to tell lies at school. Cavill's sister-in-law said she hated telling the teacher it's all true. How did it all go? Well, Henry showed up to the school in a full Superman costume, not just as Henry Cavill, a famous actor, as Superman himself kept, and all that it proved the fact that his nephew has been telling the truth the entire time. The look on the kids' faces from the photos is pure joy. In one moment, Henry transformed his nephew from the kid who tells lies into the kid whose uncle is the coolest uncle on planet Earth. This wasn't any publicity stunt or scheduled appearance, but it was just random. One of the cases where Henry Cavill surprised his fans. Before we move on to the next big experiment, please subscribe to the channel if you enjoy videos like these. Times Square experiment. Starting the list with the moment that broke the internet. In March 2016, Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice was about to premiere, and Henry Cavill decided to do his own experiment. He wanted to settle a decade-old debate once and for all. Would Superman's Clark disguise actually work in real life? A lot of people, when they watch these movies, think that it's impossible, but Henry proved all of them wrong. So he just put on a Superman t-shirt, jeans, a jacket, no glasses, no elaborate disguises, just a Superman logo on his chest. And then he went on to one of the busiest, most crowded places on Earth, Times Square. Here's the kicker. He stood directly underneath a massive Batman vs. Superman billboard featuring his own freaking face. These are now giant posters that show him as Superman looming overhead, while the actual Superman stands below them in a Superman t-shirt. The crazy part? Nobody recognized him, not even one person. As Henry Cavill explained to Jimmy Kimmel, the only person who stopped them was someone who was asking directions to the central station. There was another person who said that you can't take photos here. Just think about it for a second. This man is playing the world's most famous superhero, along with one of the most popular films in general, while standing in one of the most photographed locations on the planet. And he had zero recognition. Reuse the Instagram video to address the long-standing criticism that Superman's disguise is ridiculous. He said that there's been so much doubt about the validity of Superman's disguise, which is the glasses. His experiment proved that, yes, apparently, glasses would be enough. Because even without the full costume and context, people just don't make that connection. Fans were devastated when they found out about this, and social media was flooded with the news. Argyle press event. During the press for the film Argyle, Henry was doing the standard meet and greet routine in what appeared to be an Asian supermarket. As he made his way through the crowd, he approached one particular fan. The fan's reaction was quite something. He was genuinely shocked in disbelief with overwhelming emotions. This wasn't someone who was expecting to meet Henry Cavill that day. This was a true surprise encounter. The video footage even showed that the fan was literally unable to process what was happening. There was a moment when you could see that he was trying to hold it together while feeling completely overcome with his own emotions. It's an authentic reaction that reminds you how much celebrities can mean to their fans. Henry, for his part, handled it with grace and warmth, trying to calm the fan down, making sure that he was okay, and giving them a moment that they'd remember forever. This kind of fan interaction is something that truly reveals Henry Cavill's humbleness and how he doesn't feel like he is superior to others, unlike a lot of other celebrities who do. Henry paying for Simu Liu's entire dinner. Simu Liu from the Kim's convenience store. And this story comes from him directly, who shared it with interviews promoting the movie Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. Simu was still relatively new to the superhero universe, and there he encountered Henry Cavill at a restaurant. Simu says that he got up and kind of went over and he told Henry Cavill that he doesn't know if he even knows about him or not. And he just wanted to tell Henry Cavill he was his big fan. Then, Henry Cavill stood up and wrapped him in a bear hug. He told him he certainly knew who he was. This alone would have made a great story. But wait, there is more. He came and introduced himself to the whole table. After all his friends finished their meal, he asked for the check, and the waiter was like that. Henry Cavill is taking care of the bill. Henry essentially welcomed Simu to the superhero club by picking him up at the table in front of the entire group, raising his aura, and also making sure to feed them in a way that they never really expected. We are not sure about Henry Cavill, but we are 100% sure it made Simu's day. Make-A-Wish appearance. Beyond the spontaneous surprises, Henry has consistently shown up for Make-A-Wish kids in full Superman costume multiple times. These aren't just quick photo ops, but are extended interactions where he gives his time and kneels down to their level to talk with them and makes them feel special. There's footage of Henry at Comic-Con in full Superman gear, meeting a young man and giving him complete attention despite the chaos and crowd around them. He's not rushing through it. He's not checking his phone. He's fully present in that particular moment. In another instant, he's photographed on the sidewalk in Los Angeles, dressed impeccably in a suit, having stopped to interact formally with a young man who recognized him. The kid was starstruck, and Henry looked delighted to be there. These moments aren't just a PR stance. They simply show how cool and kind Henry Cavill really is. Witcher goodbye. Perhaps one of the most emotional surprises happened during Netflix's Tudum event for The Witcher. It was on stage with his castmate when he made a rare admission that caught everyone off guard. He was standing with the crew that he'd worked with for 3 seasons and said that he's going to miss you. His voice broke slightly, and you could see genuine emotion on his face. This wasn't scripted. This was a real moment of vulnerability from someone who'd been stoic and professional for so long. The crowd reacted with sympathy and support because everyone knew what was happening. Henry was leaving The Witcher after season 3, which is still heartbreaking to this date. This public goodbye was hard because it was with the cast and crew with whom he is deeply bonded. For someone who typically maintains composure, Letting that emotion show was itself a surprise. Fans appreciated that side of him during the event and the human being that he is. GQ Awards with Irina Shayk. Now we're on the last one for our list today. In 2018, Henry made a surprise appearance at the GQ Awards. Supermodel Irina Shayk was there. Irina is someone who regularly interacts with A-list celebrities. Even she visibly lost her composure after she realized that he was there. The footage shows her starting to say something, then spotting Henry, then completely forgetting what she was talking about. This has been seen a lot of times where celebrities are just thirsting over Henry Cavill, forgetting who they are or where they're from. Irina even tried to play it cool, but failed spectacularly. It is a reminder that even people who are themselves famous are starstruck by Henry's handsomeness and his personality. Henry, of course, handled it with a characteristic charm, making the moment fun rather than awkward. This encounter went viral because it captured something genuine, and even a supermodel can't always remain cool around Superman. Henry Cavill has always handled fame with grace. Which moment was your favorite? Tell us in the comments below. And if you enjoyed the video, please make sure to subscribe and ring the bell icon for more videos like these.